imposter syndrome strikes again. Looks like everybody wants to be your friend, but when the curtains close, do you? Swam through the springtime, bleeding all my shark blood. Swam through scary water, I'm afraid of your shark love. Spent the summer riding with coffee and your lightning. Albert wakes at sunrise and there's drama in these summer skies.
これヤリイカ高いね。これはうまい。イカって高いね。今すごく。美味しい。お醤油つけんでも全然。すごいボリューム。中にもピーナッツやで。ほら断面を見て。ピーナッツ。タレがまたピーナッツだれ。味噌だれや。2泊します。はい。昨日と今日も。今日と明日。はい。そうですか。明日どう。 すげえボリューム。いちいちさ、ちまきをさ、抜いて出してくれるのが。美味しい。あ、めっちゃうまい。生姜が美味しい。
Others are quiet and uptight. Others they seem so very nice. Oh, inside they might feel sad and wrong. Oh no, 29 different attributes. Only 7 that you like. Oh no, 29. Don't get up. I can't see the sunshine. Oh, I'll be waiting for you, baby. 1,000 ways to please your man. Oh, not even one requires a plan. I know, and countless are religious too. It doesn't matter which you choose. Oh no, one stubborn way to turn your back.
なんかゼリーとか氷とか入って美味しそうやって。もう 家帰ろう。お家帰りたいねんな。暑いもんな。この葉っぱさ、
bum bum bear when the baby 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 dimba 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 dimba
Looks like everybody wants to be your friend. But when the curtains close, do you even know where you were going? Feel so alone. Secretly sleepwalking in the light. You found shelter in the shadow of your mind. Shape-shift to fit inside a framework that you like. Feel lost inside. What do you want me to? We have to compromise. Myself, you don't choose your eyes.
墨蓝色这一款就是都有根，然后圆口的这样，这些都是蓝色的，就是蓝色。玫瑰花它圆口。甘い。 プリプリ。お、うまい。
Singing about where you're going and where you're coming from. I know it's not alright. I know you're going back one day, but not tonight. Don't you know these things have two sides? Don't you know how they turn? Just tell me you won't get burned on your way back to the sun. I know it's hard to tell. I know it's hard to be okay. I know you will. I know what's on your mind. Find another way, another time. Don't you know these things have two sides? Don't you know how to turn? Just promise you won't get hurt on your way back down to.
いっぱいんじゃん。美味しい。すごい組み合わせ。ピーナッツとあんこ。ちょっと。
Country sway, the country sway, a golden sun on my cheek. The sky ends the day, the sky ends the day. I found the peace I long seeked, and my legs rest quiet, my legs
サラダも冷たい。おひたし美味しいけど、ほんまや。お魚の冷たいし。